What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video here at Red Dirt Reptiles and Exotics. For those of you who don't know, I'm Corey Samples. And for those of y'all coming back, let's get right the hell into this. Alright, so in this video, let's talk about enclosures. Obviously, I'm standing in an enclosure inside a building. Inside enclosures aren't always necessary for these guys, as they do thrive year-round in every condition. However, I have this 10 by 10 by 8 enclosure for him for whenever we're not home. He is an inside cat for the most part, does come inside my house, lives with my family. We do have to watch him around our other animals, we do have to watch him around our kids, but he does come inside and hellaciously enough is completely potty trained. He will use the restroom if inside. If I leave the toilet seat up in my bathroom, he will use the restroom in the toilet. Damn, I wish I could get this thing to learn how to flush the toilet. That would be awesome, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Instead, he is like drop a deuce and outskis. Bad kid. Jasper here is awesome. Anyway, if you can't tell, I've got a decent sized enclosure for him just to kick it in. It's not some little crate that I'm just shoving him in when I'm not home or when he needs to be outside of the house. He has some spots to move around. He's got a giant tube up here, which he absolutely loves. He's got 2 different basking shelves to sit around with. He's got driftwood to run across, and he does all of the time. And even this wire grating that I have, or cattle guard, or cattle panel, whatever you want to call this, he climbs that like it's a ladder. And there are times where you'll find him up in that top corner up there above the tube. It's absolutely hilarious. As far as outside enclosures go, they need to be able to go outside. You definitely don't want to keep them inside unless you're in a climatized area as such. If not, you want them to have a fresh outside enclosure. Beware, because these guys will dig and such, that you can deal with them digging out from underneath. So having a concrete foundation is probably best if you're going to strive to own one of these. If you're like him, who is declawed, he could not dig down through our hard Oklahoma dirt. So that's kind of an A+ on this guy, or on my side anyway. But I don't have to worry about that, as we have concrete foundations in all our enclosures, both inside and outside. However, he doesn't go outside too much as far as an enclosure. We walk him on a leash with his harness. He does live inside or in this climatized enclosure, whichever, at the time. Huh, buddy? Can the baby get some loving? Yeah, good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah. Anyway, so having something sizable for these guys is almost an absolute must. I mean, if you can't see the size of him, I explained in the last video just how big they get, but he gets, just insane, playful. And he's got no room to bounce around if he's in a small crate. So as long as we're keeping him in something sizable as such, he'll want to play just like that. He just wants to play. And he's the most awesome cat. Like any other animal, they have a playful side. Sometimes the bad thing about these guys is it's hard to turn that off, huh? So better not get you started up too much. Like I said, when he does get to going off, he'll climb up this, hop onto there, and run through here, jump up into this, and then flop back to the cage and do it all over again. It's quite hilarious. Actually, let's cover something. Most people do not keep these guys inside or in climatized areas as such. Most people, if you see them having a bobcat, usually have them in small outside enclosures, because building a giant enclosure is something fierce and expensive nowadays. Or they do have a giant enclosure and they've put a lot of money and time and effort into them. If you do put a lot of time and effort and money into your enclosure and it is super nice, you are able to leave your animal outside here, especially here in Oklahoma, outside 365 days a year. They thrive here 100% of the time. As a matter of fact, they thrive throughout all of North America 100% of the time. So, barring keeping them in a building where they're getting over about 110 degrees with no cool spot to be able to get away from or no water to be able to cool off in, you're going to have a thriving animal, outside. If it was snowing right now, I'm sure my dude would be loving life if he was in an outside enclosure. Or on this nice, beautiful day, if I had him in an outdoor enclosure, he'd probably be up high lounging about somewhere. They are the bee's knees. He is very active, later on in the evening and earliest in the morning. These guys are nocturnal by nature, so most of their movement in highly human trafficked areas is going to be dusk and dawn, early morning, late evening. That's about it. There's really not too much to cover as far as enclosures go. As long as you're meeting the standard. Let's say this: if you have a house cat, or for what you would buy a house cat, this guy's going to need it and more. You don't have to have a substrate. You can have pure concrete floor. You're going to deal with staining and peeing and poop all over the place. I choose to go with a different route. I actually go with cypress mulch, and we change it out every other month. It kind of helps bury some of the smell from when they mark and such like that. They like to use the restroom and water again, so they can be litter trained, but 90% of the time I find it's easier just to give them the same litter pan with no cat litter, because it just gets swiped out. And I put a little bit of water in there, and they can kind of splash at it a little bit and take a deuce in it and be all right. I say these guys do not like to leave their scent absolutely anywhere. As you can see, Jasper here is mighty chill. He'll play with me, but if I just sit here and chill, he's gonna chill. He's a great cat. Now you look, check this out. So you're actually gonna get to see him, because I'm playing with you, you're gonna get to see him go across. So this is the type of stuff I'm talking about as far as enrichment wise in an enclosure. You can't see it from the view that I've got the camera right at the moment, but he does have his own personal house down here, and has the ability to get in and get out of the way. Yes, you want to play, I know. Okay, you're getting upset that I'm in tears? No, say absolutely not. We love you, don't we? Yes, this is my buddy. And I'm glad that you're being nice. This is just my flop on my shoulder, buddy. Isn't that amazing? It's great, because this is where we do a lot of our loving, right here on this log, because you like to come down and just love on me. Yes, you absolutely amazing specimen. Yes, hey, that's my face you're licking and chewing on. Anyway, these guys, again, you just try and offer them as much as you can. They obviously want room to play. They want room to jump around. And if you can facilitate that, then you're going to have a happy animal. See, just like him, he wants to play. And that's what makes this the absolute best, giving your animal room to get around in their enclosure and play as such. You can't really beat that, huh, Jaspy? No. Say not when we're all playful like this. You can go up there? Yeah. Alright, guys. I appreciate y'all sticking around for another video. I'm Corey. Let's do this all over again, huh? Hey, thanks for sticking with me through another video here at Red Dirt Reptiles. If y'all like what y'all are seeing, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Lets me know I'm doing good, and I'll continue to put out awesome videos for y'all. Hope to see you around on the next one. Thanks again.